This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is
Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad on Wednesday, July 23rd. Let's jump right into today's session. We continue to rise or climb the wall of worry. We are also hugging the midpoint of a channel on the S&P that developed since 2008 after the Great Financial Crisis. That's something to very closely watch. I have the long-term chart. You can see the whole channel and a close-up of the past few weeks where after we bounced in early April and now we are hugging the midpoint line. Take a look at that. The Kobisi letter had posted some stats on institutional investors are still net selling into retail. Institutional investors sold $800 million in single stock and ETFs last week. So this is something also to watch as well as we climb this wall of worry with record retail investor participation. Just because you're concerned and or looking for red lights or flags does not mean you cannot participate in rising prices. And this is just an example. I shared on May 13th 41 setups and walked through each one, and the performance has outgained the S&P 500, and the S&P is up quite a bit. It's up 7% since May 13th. But take a look at some of these winners here. The top 20 are what I've included in this screenshot. We're talking since May 13th, 118%, 113, 62, 52, 38, 35, 35, 29. Pretty insane results. If you would like, we would welcome you on the paid subscriber side. Let's take a quick look at breadth. We had 1,368 new highs on the NYSE versus 63 new lows. 70% advanced versus 26% declined, 21% below the 50 and 34% below its 200-day. All indices closed in the green. The strongest was actually the Dow, up 1.1%, up 500 points. The NASDAQ lagged, but was still up 127 points, or 0.6%. And the S&P was up about 50 points, or 0.78%. Looking at sectors, we had outperformance in healthcare, up 2.1%. Industrials, 1.8%. Energy was up 1.5%. Financials were up 1.1%. Consumer cyclical, up 1%. Tech, 0.75%. Communication services, 0.4%. Basic materials, 0.2%. Real estate, 0.2%. Consumer defensive, 0.1%. Utilities, which was leading in the past few sessions, was down 0.5%. Looking at mega caps, it was for the most part green. You had Nvidia up the most, 2.25%. Microsoft up a smidge. Amazon 0.36%. Meta 1.24%. Apple was down marginally 0.05%. Microsoft was down 0.12%. Amazon, I already covered, was up 0.36%. Google was down about 0.25%. So that's kind of a gist of the bigger picture. Let's also take a quick look at NASDAQ profitable companies making new session highs. We had 17 today, including names like eBay and Cheesecake Factory. Again, I just don't get it. I haven't gone to Cheesecake Factory since high school in the 90s. But man, everyone is just doom eating at Cheesecake Factory, huh? Another just red flag alert is that the Buffett or Warren Buffett indicator, which is the Wilshire 5000 divided by the GDP, is at an all-time high. Doesn't mean we can't go higher on this ratio chart, but this should be a red flag for everyone. Prices can still rise against that wall of worry. What was strong in the S&P? The top gainer, Lamb Weston Holdings, makes French fries. It was up 16.7%. GE Vernova 14.4, Baker Hughes 11.7, TE Connectivity up 11.1, Thermo Fisher Scientific 10.3, GM 8.7. That's bouncing after their sell-off. Lennox International 6.9, General Dynamics 6.7, Moderna was up 6.4, CoStar 6.1, Align Technology 5.3, Vistra Energy 5.4, Molina Healthcare 4.9, Centene 4.8, RTX Corp 4.6, Biotechny 4.5, Elevance Health 4.5, NRG Energy 4.4. So there's a broad participation here. As I indicated in the sector groups, almost every sector was green. In the NASDAQ 100, you had Baker Hughes up 11.6 again, CoStar again 6.2, AstraZeneca 3.5, The Trade Desk 3.5, Paccar 3.3, PDD Holdings 3.1, Palantir 3.1, Gilead 3.1, AppLovin 3. To the downside, you had Enphase Energy down 15%, Pfizer 14.8, Texas Instruments down 13%, Otis Worldwide 11.7, and Nextera down 6.4. The only deduped names on the NASDAQ 100 to the downside was Microchip Technology down 6 and On Semiconductor down 4.5. Let's switch over to macro. I'm also going to cover a subscriber submitted idea as well as some of the best defended names.
We can't forget that this is just a small taste of the in-depth analysis that Not Your Advisor provides. They don't just throw numbers at you. They connect the dots, find those hidden trends, and help you understand what's driving the markets.
If you want the full picture, you got to check out the full Not Your Advisor episode.
Don't forget to subscribe to notyouradvisor.com.
And all their premium content. I mean, it's like having a direct line to what's really going on in the market.
It is. It really is. They cut through all the BS and give you the kind of info that you just won't find anywhere else.
Think about this. Investing is all about making decisions that work for you and your goals. You're the one in control.
Not Your Advisor can give you the map, but you choose where you want to go.
And with that empowering thought, we'll sign off. Happy investing.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.